Shout it out for Jesus, hallelujah, shout. For Jesus, glory to God, shout.
Hello and welcome to The Hands That Rock the Cradle, Rule the World. I am your host, Dr. Patricia Hicks DuPont, and I am so excited today because I have two special guests for you to meet. We have Dr. Georgianna Hicks from the Armstrong Preparatory Center for Early Learning here in Washington, D.C. And we also have one of our students. 15 years ago, Dr. Hicks and I rocked him, nurtured him, fed him, cared for him, and that's in the person of Mr. Walter Kemper. He attends Duke Ellington School of Arts. I would love to welcome the two of you today.
Thank you, Dr. DuPont. Thank you.
We're going to get right to questions. Dr. Hicks, please tell our viewers just a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a mother of 6 children, of which I'm proud to say you are the third child. I went to Armstrong Preparatory Center for Early Learning. I went to Armstrong.
College in South Carolina?
Armstrong is in Georgia, in Savannah, Georgia, where I got my undergrad degree. I get confused, Armstrong Preparatory Center and Armstrong, my alma mater.
Okay.
So that's where I received my bachelor's degree in social sciences. And of course I went to Pepperdine University, where I received my master's degree in psychology. And of course I went to Christian Education Bible School, and I got my PhD in Christian philosophy. Like I said, I'm a mother of 6 children, very, very outstanding children. I think that experience prepared me to go in early care and education, where I met this young man 15 years ago. I can't believe it, but it is true. Right now, I am the executive director of the Armstrong Preparatory Center for Early Learning Incorporation, where for 25 years we have been caring for infant toddlers. I felt the Lord has called me to do babies, not the older children. So we work with the 6 weeks to 24 months babies, and I enjoy it. That's my ministry.
Thank you so much for sharing. And now, Walter, I know you were a little baby. I think Mom said that you came to us when you were 6 weeks old.
Right.
But now you're 15. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where do you go to school? Just share with the viewers a little bit about Walter.
Well, as you mentioned, I'm 15 years old. I attend Duke Ellington School of Arts in Georgetown, and just being there, it's just so wonderful. You know, pursuing my passion, which is vocal music, and you know they also have theater if you want to be an actor or visual artist. You know, you can draw, but I chose, and I'm multi-talented, but I chose singing because it's just something inside. It's just every time I sing, it's wonderful, and I'm so happy that how people react when they hear me sing. So that's why I chose to pursue vocal music. And Duke Ellington is it's a great school. It's a high school, but it's a performing arts school. So, half of the day it's academic, and then the other half it's your art. And we're not much different. We're not really different except the academic and the art side. But I'm just a regular kid. I like sports. I like to, draw. I like to, sing. I like to act. I like to just be a kid, and I like to dream, And I think that, dreaming takes you a long way. If you have a dream, then you should just pursue it, and that's what I'm doing now. So I'm just happy to be here today. I'm happy to be a part of something like this.
Thank you so much, Walter. Now, viewers, you just got it from Walter. It is wonderful to dream. Sometimes I'm at home and I see myself in Africa, I see myself in France, I see myself going across the world, making a difference. We want to hear about your dreams. I believe everyone has a dream inside them. You may say, well, I don't know mine. But I tell you what, if you be still, cut off the R&B, cut off the, what is the other kind of music, Walter?
Rap, hip hop,
Thank
all of
you.
that stuff.
Cut off rap, hip hop, and all that stuff. And just get quiet and listen to your heartbeat and listen to the things that come through your mind. It's possible your dream been knocking at your door, but you haven't been listening. And on that note, Dr. Hicks had a dream 25 years ago to start Armstrong. Dr. Hicks, share us a little bit about your experience at Lawton and those things that led up to you going and deciding to start Armstrong Preparatory Center, please.
Yes, this was in 1984.
Okay.
I was working with the DC Public Schools, and I think I'll inspector a person from Pennsylvania wanted to do classes at penal institution for the residents there. And I was one of the person who was on staff at one of DC Public Schools. And my counseling background, I was chosen to do the testing and evaluation. So, and the counseling. So while I was there, I would, of course, had private sessions with the residents, and observing them. Of course, you know, being my daughter, that I have 3 sons, and I have, of course, the 3 daughters. And when I look at these brilliant-minded young men, I kind of got a little upset with God. Excuse me for saying that, but it's true. And I asked him, why are these brilliant-minded young men all here at Lawton? And I seemed to hear God said to me, you start from where you are. I said, where am I? Where am I? And he said, work with babies, that you can put love in them, and you can build their skills, their cognitive skills. And so that's when I started in my house. I had bought this little house on P Street, and I decided to take children there. It was 1984. Long story now, because this is 25 years ago. However, I stayed in the house for about a year, and so many people were coming, bringing their babies, and we weren't allowed to have but 5 children. And, these people just were bringing like 25 babies, But I loved it. I prepared them the food, and, like I don't believe in Gerber, excuse my whatever. Anyway, we decided that we need to move out of the home, and that's when we moved to the present location where we are. And, we were just good to go from there until now. And guess what? I'm still good for another 25 years.
I agree with you. Talking about dreaming, Dr. Hicks is so adventurous. She has dreams and visions, and she's already put quite a bit in place, even in South Carolina. So you're not too old to dream, nor are you too young. On that note, Walter, can you share with us some of your dreams and aspirations?
Well, I'm not sure what college I would like to go to, but I know I'd like to pursue musical theater, which takes me to what I'm doing right now. I'm joining the show choir at Duke Ellington School of Arts, where we do a little bit of everything. We dance, we sing, and that's my overall dream. I'd like to just be an entertainer, whether it be on Broadway or as a solo artist or in a chorus. I just love to be in the field of music and just inspire other people to do the same.
Walter, I'm going to come back and I want you to think about what you can say to the viewers, especially our young viewers.
Right.
This is what the Hands That Rock the Cradle is all about. we're able to get people like Dr. Ms. Barbara Camara and Ms. Granton, two of our previous guests, to share with you the need of early care educators, to share with you the need and the importance of what we do as early care educators. How by us sharing and working and nurturing and loving, we're helping to perpetuate good law-abiding citizens. So we need you. You may say, I'm retired, got plenty of money. Well, we need you. We need you to go to your local community daycare center and see how you can help by volunteering or maybe doing a luncheon for the staff. Do something to make your community better. That's a dream. But maybe your dream may be, I'm a writer. Go to that local daycare center, like Dr. Hicks, who's so busy, and you'll be able to sit. I want to hear your story. I want to put your story on paper. I want to help you develop your book. That's another way we can help to make dreams come true. So I have this little poster, and it says, expect a miracle. And that's what this show is talking about today. Walter expects to achieve greatness, to inspire, to help others. We wanted to serve children 25 years ago, and 15 years later, a little guy named Walter Kemper came into our daycare center. We nurtured, we loved, we cared, we caressed, we talked to, we deposited love and dreams in him with our words. 15 years later, he's with us on set to share those kinds of things that he wants to do. We have to acknowledge and shout out Mom, who chose Armstrong to be that place that she would leave her child and allow us to serve. Viewers, we need your help. There are children out there that are hurting, children in your community that needs to know that somebody cares, somebody believe in them. Yes, they do wrong things. Yes, they're mischievous. But you have in your sphere of influence an opportunity to say and to do something positive that will make the difference in a child becoming incarcerated or get their head screwed on right, that they can go forth and become success and make a positive difference. Dr. Hicks, let's regress a little bit. There was a little old lady many years ago when your mother used to go work in the fields that used to care for you. Would you share a little bit about your story of the hands that rock your cradle?
Yes. This little lady name was Alice Hall. Of course, we were in the country in South Carolina, Jasper County, and I'm the youngest of 5 children. So my dad would be working on the railroad, so he was away from home. And of course, my mom, go to the fields, chop cottons and stuff like that for other people there. And so me being the youngest, I had to go to, I call her Cousin Alice, to her house, to be cared for. There were 5 of us at that time, 5 children she had in this program. I think only the 2 of us living right now. Deacon Benjamin Mitchell in Jersey City, and I spoke with him the other day, really strange, and myself. We are the only 2 living that I know of that went to this little home daycare. And there she would take us, well, we were near the ocean or the creek there, and there were little crabs and things crawling around. I was a child at that time, but it fascinated me, and this is what early care and learning is about. It fascinated me for she to walk us to that creek and to show us the crabs. There are these little filters that were moving around. And she just did things that she knew how to do. But it made an impact on me as a child. And like 1970 something, I went back to visit South Carolina at the time. And she was about 100 years old. She lived to be 103, by the way. And I saw her. I went to visit her because she was my friend. And she said to me, I want you to go to this little church, on this property that her parents give to the community. And I want you to teach these children the way I taught you. And that's when I organized this recreational program down there. And we had about 160 children, teenagers and that kind of thing. And it just was amazing how she deposited in me. My sibling would say, Georgia, you have the spirit of Cousin Alice in you. You are very bold. And, you know, I guess because I was talkative and being the youngest, you know. But I think that's what started me to maybe subconsciously to be interested in children. I never had younger siblings because I was the youngest. But it's just a joy. And when I look at Walter, I mean, it's just like someone just gave me $1 million, man, or more than that. You have helped me a lot. Make me feel that my work was not in vain. God bless you.
Thank you, Doc. Now, Walter,
Yes, ma'am.
when did you know that you wanted to sing and you was aspiring to be a great singer or actor? Tell us more.
Well, at a very, very young age, people always told me that I had the potential, being yay high, to just be great. And I mean, I'm not sure. I just listening to music, you know, whether it be Jackson 5, The Temptations, new artists, Usher, anybody. I mean, just listening to them and, you know, playing it back over and over and over again. I just felt that, you know, I can do other things. I could be a doctor when I grew up. I could be a lawyer, but I'd much rather do something that I feel would it's here. And, you know, singing is just my passion. I just love to do it. If I didn't have to sleep, I'd just probably sing all the time, you know, listening to various artists or practicing for a performance I have in my school. Just, you know, it's great. And Duke Ellington has also opened my eyes to different genres, you know. For me, it was also the R&B, hip-hop thing, you know, but Duke Ellington has opened my eyes to Italian, classical music, you know, musical theater. You know, it's just, it's great. It's great. I just love what I do. It's wonderful.
Tell our viewers your schedule, please. at
Well,
Duke.
there's, when I get to school, we have breakfast. We have breakfast, and then we might have, you know, it's even and odd days. So we have first, third, fifth, seventh, and ninth. And then on the even days, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And first period is English, and you know that's nice. You know, English. Second period is chemistry. Third period is Italian. And by the way, we're the only DC school to have Italian, so that's a nice experience.
Yeah.
And I need Italian to work on my diction for when I sing Italian. So yeah, my fourth period is geometry. My fifth period is world history and geography, where we learn just, you know, past, present. You know, right now we're working on a lot of things, but we're focusing. She's trying to teach us more about what's going on economically in the world, and you know, the voting. You know, we're working on that. I'm getting more interested in that. So you know, when I'm able to vote, I'll know what I'm doing. You know, whether it be, you know, voting, or if I wanted to get a degree in, you know, doing something with economically. So, you know, and also there's sixth period is gym, you know, just change and do gym. The seventh period is actually when it changes from the academic to the arts. And my seventh period is vocal tech, where we warm up and, you know, do warm-ups and work on our songs that we have to do. And then my eighth period is musical theory, where we just learn, you know, sharps, flats, key signatures, you know, going up and down the scale. We ear train, you know, we listen and no notes. So when we're just in an audition and we don't have to use piano, bang out notes, we just know that that's a C, we sing a C. So, you know, and my 9th period is piano lab when it teaches to play the piano. That's interesting because I've never played the piano, and coming to something like that, it's just, you know, it's opening me up to a new thing, new hobby, so that's nice. And then 10th period is concert choir, where my choir director, Samuel Bonds, gets everybody in the vocal department. We sit in his room and we just, you know, we do choral songs, whether it be classical, spirituals, we do everything. So that's nice. That's my satchel.
Thank you so much for sharing. And to know that wherever Walter goes, Armstrong will be there with him. Dr. Hicks, who had the privilege of holding him and feeding him, myself and so many of the other staff that had the opportunity to deposit in Walter, we will always go where Walter goes. And we are part of Walter's accomplishment, and it's an honor. It really is an honor.
Exactly.
So now the mantle is given to you, viewers. Yes, we can complain. There's a lot going on in the world. A lot of killing, a lot of hate, a lot of violence, a lot of anger. But you have the ability within your hands, with the words of your mouth, to make a difference in your community. You can cut off this show after we finish, after we conclude, and you say, well, no, I'm not going to do anything. But then I believe that there will be more of you that will say, you know what, I'm going to go to that daycare right up the street. And I'm just going to encourage the director. I'm proud of what they're doing and helping to develop our next generation. Others of you, you got so much money you don't know what to do with. I want to encourage you to give back to your community. Give back to the elementary school, the high school, the junior high school in your community. We need everyone doing something that our children can get back on track and feel love, that our children, which is the backbone of America, needs our wisdom to guide them and to teach them that they may be able to carry the torch when the time comes. Walter is 15. And it won't be very long before he'll be 25, 35. And he will be the citizens as I get older and Dr. Hicks get older and many of you get older that will be making the laws. And it's so important that we take stock now in our children so that when they get grown, they will have character, they will be people of integrity, that they will be able to lead our country in the way that it should go. So write us at DuPontMin, DUPONTMIN @hotmail.com, because we're challenging you. We want to hear from you, because together we can make a difference, a profound difference in the life of our children. We only have a few more minutes. Dr. Hicks, is there anything that you would like to say to our viewers in closing?
I concur to what you were saying. Our children need us, and not all of us need to get a whole lot of education to love and, you know, work with a child. Even though I have my degrees, but, you know, we do little simple things, you know, like, you know, how I like to just sing with them, and I just call them handsome and beautiful, and I say to them, you're going to be my doctor. But they're babies. But I still think that somewhere, you know, that resonate in their spirit. Now, that's just the way I saw that. If I didn't, I wouldn't be doing this. And I looking at Walter, I thought about the times when I just held him, and like most babies, they cry, but then that's their way to communicate to you because they do not have a language the way we know it. But then you just love them, and you just talk to them. You use the everyday language, you know, and you say nice things to them. And that's why you turn out nice children, just as plain and simple, you know. So it's just my joy.
Well, I appreciate you sharing, Doc. Walter, is there anything that you want to say to the teenagers or anyone that may be viewing our show today?
Well, I like to just say that we are the future, and whether you're a millionaire or you have no money, we can make a difference. One person can make a difference, and we will make the difference. I'll see to it, because where are we going right now? We're just, we just need to come together for the community, for the world. We just need to bring it all together, and we will make a difference.
Thank you. I like that.
You will.
That will is the most assertive word in our vocabulary. When you decide, you make a choice of your will to do something. That's very powerful, even though you may not have the means. But because you have the will, God will provide the means.
That's true. That's true.
I am so glad to have you tune in to us today to see, for the first time, we're making history on the Hands That Rock the Cradle. We have our own Dr. Georgianna Hicks, who has been in daycare for over 25 years at the Armstrong Preparatory Center for Early Learning. And then we have a star pupil. 15 years ago was a student at Armstrong, and his name is Walter Kemper, and he's presently at Duke Ellington School of Arts. It is my delight, Dr. Patricia Hicks DuPont, to be your host today. We look forward in hearing from you. I know many of you are going to catch on fire. Like Walter said, you will make a difference in your community, and we look forward in hearing from you soon. We bless you and thank you so much for joining in today.